Welcome to the Nevada Real Estate Post. I'm your host, Jeff.
And I'm your host, Tim.
And today, we will be discussing something that could possibly impact the entire nation. So, get ready!
One of the topics that we're going to get to today will not only affect the state of Nevada and Las Vegas specifically, but other cities and states all around the nation.
But Tim, before we get into that, let's look what's happening locally here in Southern Nevada. We have actually seen the inventory increase by 13% in one quarter. And remember, this is summertime. This is when the inventory should be decreasing and prices should be going up, and yet they're not. So just another indicator we have to look at so you can make a wise decision.
Fannie Mae has recently changed their waiting periods from when you had a short sale or a foreclosure. They're going to change that as of August 16th. So those waiting periods are going up. Short sales from 2 to 4 years and foreclosures 4 to 7 years.
You know, you really have to wonder, what the heck is Fannie Mae thinking? Remember this? Remember when you drove down and saw this everywhere? Come on. Don't they remember? We're in a market that has just been starting to really recover over the last year. And now we've got this hitting. Fannie Mae's going to just punch us again. Is this right? For any information, and if you do want to check on your loan or how it's going to affect you, be sure to hit this link or go to this link. It will show you the guidelines that are going into change.
So if you're going to think about purchasing or buying in the near future, you've really got the perfect storm as far as indicators coming up. You've got mortgage-backed securities with Janet Yellen and their crew not purchasing as many in the tune of billions, which at some point is going to affect the interest rates. You've got the Fannie Mae guidelines with what's going on there. The waiting periods are changing, so that's going to affect how many buyers can purchase in the near future. You've got the investors that are not in Vegas as much as they were, so especially back in 2 and 3 years ago, they were all over the place. Now they're not around, not even close to what they were before. And then you've got the inventory. The inventory is starting to creep up. So pay attention to all that and decide whether or not you want to sell or buy in the near future.
And you know, Tim, one thing we didn't consider, think about the investors. I mean, they bought these homes to the tunes of thousands of homes, these hedge funds. Yep. And they have obligations to their investors. They have to sell those homes at a certain point in time. Well, if they decide to dump those homes, it could be tomorrow, it could be 6 months, could be 2 years. We don't know. But when that happens, could you imagine what that's going to do to the inventory?
Sure, without a doubt. And I guarantee they're all paying attention to each other on that. So even your smaller investors, once one of them starts to unload, they're going to be paying attention. Now, this is the first time that the market's actually started to plateau out since all the investors got in the game. Remember, they got in the game when the market was at its lowest, and they climbed it up, and now it's starting to taper off. So it's something for us all to pay attention to. They own a ton of homes here in Las Vegas.
Oh, they do. They own just a ridiculous amount of homes. Not just here, but everywhere, markets that were hit hard. And if they do decide to sell, it's going to affect not just those markets, those local markets that were hit hard, because there's so many of them, it will affect the entire nation. It's going to affect the entire housing market.
Oh, without a doubt.
Absolutely. What people don't realize is investors truly do control what happens in the housing market. You know, a lot of people think it's the individual. No, it is the investors that do absolutely.
Yeah, you got to pay attention to those guys, whether it's going up or going down.
Absolutely.
Just follow that up.
So anyway, if you are looking at buying or selling, make a wise decision. Look at all the indicators, and if you have any more questions, be sure to give us a call. We can help you navigate through some of the questions.
We act like we know what we're talking about sometimes.
Sometimes. So anyway, I'm your host, Jeff.
And I'm your host, Tim.
And you know what, you guys? Make it a great day!